Today I'm going to do my quick weekday chicken curry. For this you're going to need some chicken. I have got a whole chicken which I have chopped into pieces with the bones. Yeah, so what I did was with the legs I've cut them in, drumsticks I've cut them in half, the thighs I've cut them in half, the breasts I've cut them into 4 pieces on each side. 4 pieces on each side, you know what I mean, 8 pieces for the whole breast. And I've even included the neck, and also the wings. And the wings, basically, again, where the wing is like this, I've taken that bit off because I don't like that bit, so I've left this bit and that bit, which I've cut in half. So that's our chicken. PS, this chicken has been washed in vinegar and water. Not only does vinegar and water take away all the bits of bone that you know that's there when you actually chop the chicken, it also degreases the chicken. You need to wash your meat. I say this is a quick chicken curry, but it isn't actually that quick, because you need to have the chicken to marinate at least for 30 minutes, or preferably if you're not in a hurry, then you could actually do this overnight. To this I'm going to add half a teaspoon of seasoned oil, or all-purpose seasoning, however you want to call it. Half a teaspoon of paprika. As I keep saying, I love my paprika, and paprika gives it a nice smoky heat to the dish. I'm going to put some black pepper. Not too much, because otherwise it will be too hot, because you're going to get the heat from the curry powder. And here I'm going to put about 4 teaspoons of curry powder. This is a mild one, but because we're going to add the Scotch bonnet, that'll give it a bit more heat. So 4 teaspoons for now. I'm going to give it a pinch of salt. And a little bit of soy sauce. I think I'm going to put in a teaspoon. Okay. And our thyme, what I'm going to do is take the thyme and I'm just going to give it a little rub to release the thyme leaves into it. I'm not going to put the bark. Oops, she says. Right. And the garlic. And now I'm going to use my hands and just mix. Very important that you mix this and make sure that each piece of chicken is coated nicely with all these spices that you put in it. Right, yeah, I'm now going to put this in the fridge and leave it to marinate for 30 minutes. I've heated the pan and I'm now adding some olive oil to it. The chicken is nicely marinated. I'm now going to add the chicken to the oil. And I'm just going to brown the meat. You can see that it's already taken the colour of the seasonings. So therefore, it doesn't need to be brown, yeah? And because this is also skinless chicken that I've used, if I were to fry this any longer, the chicken will be near enough cooked, and I don't want that. So next I'm going to add my onions. And I'm now going to fry those onions. Turn the fire back up. I think I'm going to add a little bit more oil just for the onions to cook. Just give that a stir. Now, I said I want the onion to cook, but I don't actually want the onions to cook or to fry. I just want the onions just to take on a little bit of that seasoning, you see? It's a actually, see? It starts to turn a nice golden colour. Right. Now I'm going to turn the fire down just very slightly so it stops burning. And I'm going to add my thyme. Now remember that thyme that I used where I crushed it and just used the leaves? I'm now just using the sticks because that's going to give it flavour. And I'm going to put my half a Scotch bonnet. Oops. Okay, I'm going to move the chicken and add the stock cube in. Right. Now I'm going to get some water. And I'm going to start with just 1 cup of water. So first of all, I'm going to, in the middle of the pan, just melt that stock cube. I'm using the gel stock cube, not crushed stock cube. So if you use the crushed stock cube, you don't need to do this. You could just crush it all over the meat. Okay, that's nicely done. So now, with the chicken pieces, I'm going to mix the stock. Put my little bit of Scotch bonnet in the middle. Give that a nice little rub. And just give it a stir. Now I can see already that I'm going to need just a little bit more gravy. So I'm going to add a bit more water to that. Just about half a cup, because if you put any more, then it's going to be too watery. And I don't want my gravy too watery. Turn that down. Now, I don't need to add any more seasoning or anything else in that. That is good to go. So, lid on. I'm going to bring it up to the boil first. The sauce is now bubbling. So I'm just making sure that all the chicken pieces are in the sauce. Yep. And my Scotch bonnet in the middle. And I'm going to put the lid on. And I'm going to turn the fire down to low medium. And I'm going to check on it in 10 minutes time. 10 minutes is now up, so yep, that's good. Yep. I can now see the bones appearing through the meat. Yep, it's getting there. Spring onions in. Oops. It's squeaky. If the sauce is a bit thick, then add a bit of water. Stir it. If you like your gravy thin, yeah. But I like my gravy just a little bit thicker, so I'm going to add just a teaspoon of instant mash. Just sprinkle it on top. And stir. And the instant mash would add that kind of like potato-y feeling without the potato. I just didn't fancy putting potato in my curry today. Lid back on and cook for another 10 minutes. Look at that, see? The sauce is nicely thickened. Nice. The only thing snag about this, yeah, and I'm going to show you this, yeah, is I've got the sauce how I like it, yeah. But the husband likes a bit more sauce, so I have to add a little bit more water to it. Now I'm going to put in the serving dish and pour over this wonderful sauce. Oh my God. You know, I say that yet, but I haven't actually tasted it, have I? I lie, I did. I already tasted it. Now look at that. Nice chicken. Cooked to perfection. Look at that. Right. Here goes. It's moist, it's delicious, flavoursome. You gotta try it. And there you have it, my weekday chicken curry. Yeah. Don't eat it straight away though. You need to let it rest for at least 5 minutes to allow the meat to stop cooking, because it's still bringing out all its juices and stuff. So leave it to rest.